It's Wednesday. It is a new moon. It's January 29th. Is that right? Yes. January 29th, 2025. And I'm just waiting for y'all to arrive. Let me light another candle. Because you can't have too much white light nowadays. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Let's put this here and not burn the curtains down. There. What's up? How you doing? What's happening? Thank you for the blue hearts. It is the new moon. Let me see what time the new moon hit. Hang on. All right, it's right here. Look at that. Look at that. It's right in front of me. The new moon hit this morning, 7:36 a.m. The moon is in Aquarius. The sun is in Aquarius. I think Mercury's in Aquarius. There's a lot of Aquarius. You got a notification? Wow. Miracle of miracles. Let me just grab my phone and see if I got an answer to my question. Can somebody look up how many planets are in Aquarius right now for me, please? Can somebody Google that? How many planets are in Aquarius? This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Warren's looking it up. It's been a while since Tina's been here. That's right, I haven't seen you in a while. What a week. It's been quite a week so far. I think the word for the day is frustration. Does anybody else feel like the word for the day could be frustration? Could be. Could be. Anybody else? Anybody else think that could be the word for the day? Frustration. Friggin' frustration, right? You want things to be going a certain way. We should talk about this. You want things to be going a certain way, and then they don't. And we've been living in that for, just in terms of what's going on in this country, for a good many years now. I can't even put a number on it. A good many years. It was frustrating. It's been a frustration-filled day. And I want you to know my downloads in terms of when I ask my guides about all this insanity, including personal insanity that's going on. You all know I wear my whole life and heart on my sleeve, so you all know what's going on. You know that I lost my dad on Monday, and it's, family stuff comes up and all this stuff. Anyway. And I've been keeping on. Like we have to. And in the midst of this, my heart goes out to, I remember, I don't know who it was, but there was somebody in the chat on the day after the election. And if you're here, I just remember that moment. The day after the election that Trump stole, and we're going to get to that in a minute. Somebody in the chat said that he lost his mom that same election night. And my heart just kind of broke for this person, because it's hard enough when you're dealing with life stuff, right? And then Trump steals the election. Just right out steals the election from under our noses. And that person lost their mother that same election night. And I thought, I'm just mentioning it because it's like there's a lot to handle in our personal lives, and then these idiotic, moronic, evil, horrible people put themselves in charge and basically, oh, that's good. Police department said they would not work with ICE. Put themselves in charge of our lives, right? Yeah, can you imagine? I mean, life is tough, you know? Life is tough. And when Kamala Harris was running, I do want you to remember what Darren said. There are good people in this world. Don't forget this. When Kamala Harris was talking about her vision for America, the mainstream media sinfully, criminally refused to cover her. And all they did was bash her. All they do is bash the good. The vision that she had for America was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was too good. Evil doesn't want kindness. Evil doesn't want sanity. Evil wants to make you crazy. Evil wants to make you frustrated. I don't know what you mean by that, Rose, saying, is this the part where you rip the Band-Aid off? It's been being ripped off slowly, if you ask me. What we're seeing in our country is that they've stolen our country and we need to get it back. And the irony of ironies is that all that MAGA was holding up signs about, all that MAGA was saying, everything that they said really was for us to be saying. Save America. We need to save our country. We need to save our country. Oh, so much. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. But I just want to acknowledge that if you're feeling crazy, and if you feel like the whole world has gone insane, and if you feel frustrated, and if you feel like everything that you want to have happen is not happening, and it's an uphill battle, and you just keep pounding away and nothing seems to work, you are not alone in that. I just want you to know that. Okay? You're not alone. We're all in the same boat. We're all in this together. I'm coming unglued about what ICE is doing to innocent, beautiful people. I can't handle it. And I'm looking at how to handle it, and I cannot handle them going into classrooms and ripping innocent children out of the classrooms. And I haven't read any news articles about it or seen any YouTubes about it because it's going to break my heart. Thank you, Cheryl. Every little compliment helps. Hey, Thomas. They're committing crimes against humanity. And the United States of America has never looked so bad. It's extremely disturbing. And what I know for sure is that we're moving into a time where we, the people, have to do something. Because we cannot depend on the people that are in office, Democrats included in this, because even the Democrats are beholden to corporate. Not to the degree of the corruption of MAGA, of the formerly known as the Republican Party. Democrats have not demonstrated, Democrats that we elected, a willingness to stand up strong, to get very loud, to blast social media, and some social media won't let democracy supportive ideas on, right? It's going to be up to the people. It's going to be up to the people. And what we're seeing, I want you all to really give a lot of attention to the people that are courageous, that are standing up. Because we can't just be frustrated with the Democrats in office. If we're, and I'm speaking to all of us, myself included, we're coming into a time where we can't point fingers and say, it's because of you, it's because of you, it's because of you, because it's because of us. And I don't know about all of you, but I would suspect that when we think about children being traumatized, ripped away from their home, their friends and their communities, and they haven't done anything, and they're children. I don't follow or watch anything either, but you can't help but get it through osmosis, right? I can't stand for that. I can't stand for that. I cannot, and I know that you cannot either. And we have to find a way to help these poor innocent kids. Yeah, you can't count on the Democrats anymore, and so that's why we have to get very, very, very loud. And anybody that you see fighting back, throw your money and your support behind them. Yes, thank you, Electrostorm. That's what I'm saying. We need to save ourselves. And that is the resounding message. We need to save ourselves. We do. This is not acceptable in any manner, way, shape, or form. I am beside myself that this is where we are. They're committing crimes against humanity. They're committing crimes against children. And it's unacceptable. And I don't care what anybody says. Greg Abbott let the children die at Uvalde. Do we have enough evidence about that now? Yeah, and we probably can't. Yeah, we're not giving up for sure. We're not giving up. I'm just. Don't get me wrong. We are not giving up. I'm venting my frustrations because I reserve the right to vent my frustrations, especially this week. I'll calm down. And we'll get into the cards. I'll give you a little example of frustration, because I think that you all have been in this kind of situation. I was attempting to gift a cell phone to a person at the nursing home who I'd befriended, and I've mentioned him before. And he mentioned he wanted a phone, and I have an extra phone that I'm not using, so I got it wiped clean, and I called AT&T, and the person who I could barely understand, because they outsource all their customer service help and everything, was badgering away at me to buy a new phone. I was only calling to inquire about what the connectivity fee would be. And I ended up in a big, not a fight, but telling him how I felt. And I have run into this with AT&T before. I've been on the phone with them for an hour and a half to get one. I'm saying this for a reason, because if you're in this situation, I'm going to explain to you what they do. They called it, it's the same thing that Trump did to Biden during the debate on June 27th. What's the word? Heather Cox Richardson used the word. I'm going to explain to you what corporate does. Comcast does it. AT&T does it. Any big mega corporate does this. And they confuse you to get you to submit. Yeah, there was a word. It was like gallop or something. It sounded kind of like that. And it's a psychological technique that Trump was using with Biden to no. It's not a common word. It was the first time that I had heard it when he did that. So what these corporate companies do, and I'm telling you this to warn you in case you've never been in this situation. A gish gallop. Thank you so much, Roseanne. It's called, it actually has a word. The gallop is in there. It's a gish gallop. Corporate will do this with the people that they're outsourcing to. They'll tell them to confuse the hell out of the customer. And if the customer doesn't have their, kahunas, I just want to say, if the customer doesn't have their mojo up, if the customer is not like sharp and catches and doesn't catch them do it, they can totally swindle you to give them all your money. That's what corporate does. And on a massive scale, that's what's happening. And you can bet your, you know what? You can bet your kahunas that that's on a larger scale. That's exactly what they're doing to us. They're trying to gish gallop us to get us to be like, I don't know what's going on. And that's what I'm speaking to when I say frustration. Okay, but never give up. And first we have to recognize what they're doing. And corporate does it, and mainstream media is now doing it, and hats off to Jim Acosta. I always liked him. Is gish from another language? I don't know the origin of it. So that's what they're doing. In our government, in our media, and all corporations. If you call and you're trying to get something done, something simple, they won't keep it simple. They will overwhelm you and flood you with BS. And you won't know it if you're not used to it. Let me read what Sandy's saying about the gish gallop. It's a rhetorical technique in which a person in a debate attempts to overwhelm an opponent by presenting an excessive number of arguments with no regard for their accuracy or strength. Okay, the excessive number of arguments, when we're talking about dealing with corporate on the phone, is what they do. They just flood you with information until you forgot your original question. That. Thank you, Sandy, for putting that up. And I went on about it for a reason, because I really am invested in getting people to understand what they're doing to us. I've been talking for years about that this is psychological warfare. Well, last night I happened to see a documentary when I realized what I was actually talking about as a psyop. I don't know if that's the technical definition for what a psyop is. But psychological warfare is a thing, and we are under attack, and we have been for several years now, and it's culminated with this stolen election, and they're trying to steal everything from us. Remember the movie The Matrix? It's a little bit concerning, because if people don't know what reality is, then we're really in trouble. And this Psychic News Network is a reality check of sorts, or I strive to make it that. I'm going to pull 3 cards about... You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull 3 cards about this. About, are we going to find our way out? I just want people to recognize what's going on. It's very cultish. It's very cultish. I do see healing. Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, so all this that I'm talking about, here are the cards. Yeah, medical insurance companies do it too. I mean, that's corporate. Yeah, we need to help each other now more than ever. And that's what I'm attempting to help you, because you're going to encounter this somewhere along the way if you don't already encounter it continuously. And the jig is up, because I have their shtick. And the person that was sitting next to me, the guy who I was attempting to gift my phone to him, He was like, wow, you got really mad. I said, I am a bitch when people are messing with me. I'm sorry. And you have to be. I just admit it. I actually am asking, is this going to break? And I have the healing card. What they're doing to our brains. Pass it on. Please pass it on. Because we need to heal from this. We need to call it out with each other. They're not going to stop doing it, but we need to call it out. What did the bananas say to the... I need this dad joke. Hang on. What did the banana say to the doctor? I'm not peeling well today. Healing. Trust your inner voice. This is what it's about. You're peeling well? Good. This is what it's all about. We need to trust our inner voice for healing. Thomas, people are appreciating your dad joke because I'm like on a misery soapbox, and I promise I'll get off of it. We will be healing by trusting, learning to trust our inner voice. Thank you for blessing us all. You think MAGAs are seeing Trump for who he really is? The only concern that I have is then the gish galloping and the gaslighting gets amped up. So our power comes in when we call it out. Well, like what I just described that I ended up doing. I ended up yelling at this guy who I couldn't barely understand. And I'm pretty good with understanding people through their thick accents. And I was just, enough. Stop trying to tell me that I have to buy a new phone. All right, let's see. Sheesh. I promise I'm done yelling. Well, I shouldn't promise that. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for your very sweet condolences messages. Really, it's a big deal. I know that I've been able to be strong and pull through this difficult time due to your prayers. I know that. I'm certain. I can feel it. Thank you for all the thumbs up. When we have 200 thumbs up, I don't know, we have to have enough people present here. We will do a group hug. Okay. So here we are. Oh, you're grieving your son. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Life is hard. They want to make it harder for us. What do you call a girl who just came back from the beach? Sandy. That sounds like a second grade joke. My mom is doing okay. She's doing okay. Thank you for asking. She's doing as good as can be expected. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 cards about the Jim Acostas and whether we're going to see more of that. Okay? Thomas is on fire tonight. We're good. We're good. As good as can be expected. I'm pulling 3 cards to see if there's going to be any more Jim Acostas. Good for him. I don't even know. Yeah, do you? Like, I've always liked him. He's a good reporter, and I always remember the moment when, you might have noticed this. If anybody says something to Trump about the American people being scared, he bashes them. He metaphorically bashes them over the head. So Jim Acosta was asking the question years ago about, I think it was about COVID, about people are scared. What are you telling people that are scared? And the orange Satan, I'm going to call him the orange Satan now. I tell them that you're a terrible reporter. What is he? A nasty, He's the Orange Satan now. Yep. I changed his name. It's getting worse and worse. Are we going to see more of this? The Eight of Wands says yes. The Eight of Coins says people are going to start getting into it. I like it. I like it. Let me tell you right now, right here and right now. When I get on the phone and I call them out, the corporate, whoever they have hired for probably minimum wage or less, and I tell them, stop messing with me. It feels good. And so that's what I'm like, we're kind of gonna get into it. We're gonna enjoy it. Somebody called him Cheetolini. I like that. That's good. Do you remember that press briefing? Ben Mysalis asked Jim, let's ask if he's going to join Midas Touch. Ordering Chinese, hang on, we always break for dad jokes. Ordering Chinese, $40, having it delivered, $5, having your kids discover they missed one of the key items, riceless. It's Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. It's the year of the snake. Little segue, I happen to see, I watch a lot of documentaries when I'm with my mom. It's very educational. I'm getting very, very intelligent, informed, educated. The goddesses in Egypt were associated with snakes. Yeah, it's the year of the snake. Hello? Is Jim Acosta going to join Midas Touch? Is he? It looks like yes. I think I'm getting a yes. A while back, this is reminding me that a while back I read on whether independent channels like Midas Touch, which I'm still not watching because they talk about the next 4 years of Trump, and I can't enter into that conversation. I reject that idea. But anyway, I'll go back to watching them when they stop saying such things. I saw, and you might remember this, it was several months ago. I asked the question, I think my phone is ringing. I asked the question of whether independent media was going to overtake mainstream media, and the answer that I got was yes, but in the interim, in between time, corporate mainstream media was going to try to shut down independent media, and then I felt like they would eventually just lose that battle. Yeah, we can't speak that into existence. No, absolutely. We're not doing. It's a stupid conversation to go like, oh, these next 4 years of Trump. It's a stupid conversation. We wouldn't survive. RFK was blocked. Yeah, I did read a little bit about that, about how completely. Yeah, hang on, I got distracted. Completely, what an idiot. RFK, and I've said before that he's mentally ill. I might want to watch the interview of Ben Mysalis that was just posted. It could change my mind. Change my mind in what way? RFK's cousin went after him? Interesting. I have an uplifting story for you. I'll remember to tell you. I have a couple of them. Believe it or not, I do. So mainstream media is actually they're sticking it to us. The Eight of Wands there's gonna be a massive movement away from mainstream media. I think a lot of other people liked Jim Acosta too. I really do. Pete Seeger died on January 29th in 2014. May he be guiding us. Maybe I'll channel a Pete Seeger download of a song. Eight of Coins. We're going to enjoy fighting back. It's going to get to be the thing to do. It's getting to be the thing to do. I mean, and a long time ago when I channeled George Washington. It was one of my 4th of July shows. It was either George Washington or Alexander Hamilton, but one of them, I have to go back and listen, said, you have to make democracy cool. Yeah, CNN has fired a lot of people. I'm going to pull 3 more cards about, more specifically about mainstream media, but I'm going to use the Osho deck. This is the Osho deck in case I have not ever told you. So you may have seen it before you saw me using it. Orange Satan. How do you like that? If the shoe fits. We have low attendance tonight, so I don't know if we're going to get up to 200 thumbs up. So we're going to have to go to 170 thumbs up, and then we'll do a group hug. Yes, they fired Jim Acosta. That's what we're talking about. Yes, okay, we'll do a group hug to send energy to those that are fighting the good fight. More about what's going to happen to mainstream media? And the way the energy works is when we put a lot of positive energy towards these people, it's going to make a shift happen. When you look at them fighting back, when you look at the resistance rising, and you go, yeah, that's great, that really amps up the power of it. So look for those stories. Look for those stories. This is what I'm reading on mainstream media. What's going to happen to mainstream media? They're going to continue to try to brainwash people. It's going to be a moment-to-moment thing. I don't know if they're going to, I don't know. They're walking a slippery slope, mainstream media, because they're going to see the conditioning card came up. So they're going to continue to do the Russian television thing. There are 4 planets in Aquarius. Thank you, I was wondering. Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Pluto. Feels like there's more coming. I'm going to we're going to maybe do a show with Kathy next Tuesday. We're talking about it. It feels like Uranus energy all over the place. Okay. It's okay if you're late. What do you call a Frenchman who has just had a fight with a cat? Claude. I don't think Trump will last long in office either. Nathan is saying. Okay, let's see. Kathy B has said there will be a lot more coming. Yes, I agree. You think I am pausing? All right. Yeah, I am. Spinning all over the place kind of a day. Mainstream media. To recap, I hadn't finished. Mainstream media is going to continue to go the way of Russian television. That's just, they're taking their cues from Putin. But it's going to, bit by bit, it's going to stop working. And I have the fool. What a bunch of fools. What a bunch of fools. I do turn it off. When I hear somebody say 4 more years of Trump, I turn it off. I'm not feeding that. I'm not feeding into that energy. This is what I'm feeding into. My mugs are available online, and I just had to ship out 13 of them. They're selling like hotcakes. Go to psychicannetdion.com and get your Kamala 1 mug. This is an awesome mug. If you like big mugs, it feels real good in the hand, and You don't have to go refill your coffee cup because it's too small. You can just get a big cup of coffee going on. And I have... You want me to pull cards on Jessica Denson? Okay. And I've sold about 14 of them. I had to pack them all up and ship them myself. It took a long time. But please order one. They're $35. It includes shipping, which is, I'm taking a big hit on that because thanks to Louis DeJoy, it's $16 to ship a mug to Arizona. I know. We gotta rise up. The media has sucked for a long time. Yes, that's definitely true, but they took a huge nosedive. They went from, okay, to like, wow, losers. Losers. Well, first, Amanda wants me to look at Jessica Denson, who has, she had Lights Out on Midas Touch. She has her own channel now. She's excellent. She and I speak the same language. You told Ben Mycelis he owes Jessica an apology? That's interesting. Okay, so Thomas, you're making everyone laugh. We need it. We'll pull 3 cards on Jessica Denson. What should we ask? Is she going to have... How much success will she have moving forward? Go online right now, psychicandetdion.com. You want a Kamala 1 mug. It's magic. And I ran it through the dishwasher and it was okay. It worked. Jessica's on Sirius Radio now? Okay. How are things going to go for her moving forward? 8 of Wands. You know, people, I just want to tell you, I'm getting the 8 of Wands tonight, and that means things are going to start happening fast. The resistance is rising up fast. It's going to be like starting a spark in a pile of kindling. Yeah, $16 for shipping. Thanks, Louis DeJoy. Speaking of people ripping us off. Sandy's rolling on the floor laughing. Good. Yeah, put up a tree. Put up a winter tree. Jessica's joining the resistance. Hey, you know, you might want to join the resistance because there's some cool people that are involved in the resistance movement. Three of Wands. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you what. I'm getting optimistic. I needed this after a day of feeling just complete frustration. What tree are you talking about? I don't really have a tree. I have a bouquet of flowers. I'm confused. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. That answered your question, and that's kind of the trend. All right. So that's about Jessica Denson. Yeah. I feel big bucks behind her. I feel like she's going to attract a lot of big bucks. What made Jessica Denson leave Midas Touch? They wouldn't question the election results. Thank you, Marby. Thank you, thank you. You get a big bell. Isn't it good to be together? We help each other to feel better. It's great. Yes, Governor Pritzker of Illinois, yeah, he started the resistance. And when we all join the resistance, I heard my phone. I was going to show you a picture, but I don't see my phone. It's a story of my life. I'll show you something on Friday. It's just a picture of people rising up and resisting in Serbia. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune means Jessica Denson's movement is going to get a lot of traction. We just have to, we have to just keep the pressure on. Dad joke, Elon Musk announced a new car. What is it? Model SS? Oh gosh, that's not a dad joke. Yeah, good. Leaving comments on Midas Touch asking them why they don't support Jessica Denson. You don't know what's going on, really. Maybe they still like each other. I'm going to have to pull out the nefarious cards because we have some evil people on the loose. But I don't see them, so. Okay, so I don't see them, they're not handy. So we'll not do the nefarious cards, but we will ask some important questions about the loser. The loser. But first, a fairy card. I'm excited. I mean, I was going on and on like I do. You know me. I was going on and on and on about how I have to bitch and complain and make my statement loud and clear with these people that try to mess with me from corporate, that corporate hires and gives them a script that says, don't let them get a cell phone plan unless they buy a brand new phone. I mean, right? And we all have to get like that. We all have to get like that. We do. Practice your inner, I don't know, what would you call it? Your inner, I mean, for me, it's, we need a good word. Your inner growl. Thank you, Maria. Your inner warrior. Wells Fargo does the same thing. If they're corporate, they mess with your head. They do the gish gallop. They overwhelm you with things and they know full well you're not following them. And if you're not following them, as they're gish galloping you and they're giving you this like waterfall of BS to unnerve you, to get you to sign, now it's virtual, to get you to sign on the dotted line and give them your money. It's extortion. And they get to the extortion part through confusion and overwhelm. Oh yeah, those Tesla cards are really, really ugly. I'm going to pull a fairy card just to guide us. Thank you, Warren. I have a bunch of envelopes. Thank you to those of you who have sent envelopes with donations. Much appreciate. Really, really, really appreciate. I have a lot of bills and struggling a bit. So everything helps. The storyteller. So this is a card for us. We're going to have to tell a new story. And the new story is the true story. The storyteller. Stories are medicine, strengthening, and renewing. We're going to all have to be telling our real, true story. Our real, true story. Really. The truth is we're resisting. Like, we have to resist. We're in a position now where we have to. We cannot not resist. I cannot sit by knowing these poor children are being pulled by these big burly. Can you imagine? I don't want to imagine. You're a little kid, and this big burly man in a uniform and a gruff voice, taking you, ripping you out of your classroom, and your peers or your friends in your class are like, don't take my friend away. We can't not say something. We can't just be like, oh, well, someone else will do it. We're getting to that point. It's not sustainable. It's not acceptable. We all have to do something. When we're failing our children, we have failed as a society. So, sorry, I was just, I used to teach kids. I don't have my own kids, but I love kids. We all love kids, right? Maybe some people don't. I don't see 200, so we're not doing a group hug. Sorry. I I do feel the resistance rising up. Pluto's in Aquarius. We will. Okay, don't be sorry. Thank you. Now we have 200 in the room. That's our quota for getting a group hug going. Okay, we need to fix this. We need to fix this. We definitely, yeah. Our society is crumbling before our eyes. And what I want to tell you, I want to remind you tonight that years and years ago, when people were asking again and again, why Donald Trump? What is the, like, what's sort of the divine reason for him? And I said that the message that I got was he was going to force us to be stronger. And this is how he forces us to be strong. We have to push back. When you've heard this before, resistance training is when you have to lift weights, you're resisting the weight. It's the only way we get stronger. So playing this the right way means our democracy gets stronger, not weaker, because we're forced to fight. And I saw a great post today that America was founded on revolutionaries revolting. And that is who we are. My children, your children, everyone's children. We need to protect the children. Not protecting the children is not an option. I'm actually going to pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. We have an opportunity to become stronger than ever as a nation. We do. I'm reading about Kamala Harris. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. 6 of Swords. Hang on, I'm getting the download. I'm reading about Kamala Harris. Queen of Swords is really strong strength and communication. I see Kamala Harris taking a stand and speaking out. I'm not going to say specifically what she's taking a stand about, but it looks like she's steely strong. We have to stick together. I'm going to start getting my song, We've Got to Come Together, out everywhere. I'm reading about Kamala Harris right now. This is a woman with a steely, strong message. She has a message. We are going to hear this message. She's waiting to come to some kind of an agreement as to what is the right time for this message. You're in action mode. Good. Tell me all the activism in the chat. It's going to help. She hasn't chosen to speak up yet because it really has to be the right moment. And I've seen again and again and again how delicate this whole world situation that we're in is. And by the way, I have been, just speaking of the world situation, I have been seeing again and again, Germany, initially it was France, but it might be the two. I have seen, and I've said it months ago, I see Elon Musk getting arrested, and I see it not on our turf, on, I think it's Germany. And Kamala is not going to speak out until it's the right moment. They have prevented a bloodbath. They absolutely have. And the 6 of Swords, I keep coming back to January 6th. What's in that January 6th report? And I'm here to tell you, honestly, what Jack Smith did is not, it didn't evaporate into thin air. And as far as NATO goes, we're in NATO. I sense strongly that Biden signed something that would prohibit Trump from taking the United States of America out of NATO. I'm not sure really what it was. We're in NATO. We're under attack. It's obvious. So I'm going to choose 3 cards about the way out of this. Yes, there was information about election interference in Canada's election report, and I read on it on Monday, and I saw there'd be a press conference. And then Kathy Beale sent me a text that said they, the whole Orange Satan administration, distracted us with something else, and I don't even know what it was because I'm really not following the news. I'll tell you when I start following it again more closely, because this is the Psychic News Network, and I'm supposed to be giving you the news, but I'm giving you the psychic news. I'm going to pull 3 cards on NATO. Thank you for being here. I'm going to do a group hug in a minute, because the numbers keep going down for some reason. We have to sustain 200 people in attendance to do a group chat, and I was hoping for 175 thumbs up. We can do it. We can do it. We'll end up doing a group hug at the end. NATO. Yes, yes. You know what? And I just want everyone to know that when they see how many people are resisting, and it's, you know, the courts are holding pretty strong. We have an opportunity. We're in this time where we could overthrow the whole damn thing. We could overthrow the whole damn thing if we just all do something. Remember what Michelle Obama said? But I did just speaking of the report that Canada came out with, let's do some digging and find it, because I definitely saw that Justin Trudeau was going to drop some doozies. All right, we surpassed 175 thumbs up, and we're at 200. Don't leave. We're at 200 people present. I'm reading on NATO, and hang on, because we need to do a group hug first. Yeah, by now we should know their tactic of distracting. So they're doing the gish gallop, and they're doing the distraction, and they're doing the gaslighting, and they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And after a while, after years of this, eventually people are like, what? What? I don't think so. Right? Am I right? What the hell? Anyway, let's do a group hug. Let's think about all the people who are rising up, who are leading the resistance. Let's give them all and give ourselves a lot of energy in this group hug for all the people that are suffering, the innocent people that are being deported. Let's do a group hug, and for all the people that are in despair, and we'll throw my family into the group hug too, that we heal. All right, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. We feel the resistance rising. We're sending an energy. We're a part of it. And all the people that are rising up, and let's send a lot of energy to those people that are frightened and traumatized by what this Satan administration is doing. And all the people that are struggling, let's send them light and love. All right. Good hug, people. Good hug. You guys are good virtual huggers. Did anyone ever tell you you're a really good virtual hugger? Forgot I have tea leaves. Oh, by the way, I have a tea leaf reading class coming up that you can join on Zoom, but I don't have the information out yet. You know me. Someday I'll have it together. 2-part dad joke. Read it. It's too much for me to read. I'm sure it's hilarious. The tea leaf reading class that's coming up will be in February, so stay tuned. I'll give you the details on Friday. It's going to be from Salem. But you can join on Zoom. I'll let you know when all that information is up. I mean, where I work in Salem, we're going to do it there. And you can join on Zoom. Details to follow. There's a lot on the bottom of the cup, and that means what's coming. What's coming up. And let's use this little sage stick. Remember to buy a mug. I don't mind sitting for hours and shipping these babies out. You have to have these. You weren't rude. Nobody was rude tonight in the chat. I didn't see any trolls. Thank you to the troll slowers. The troll slowers. The troll slayers. Oh my gosh, my brain's not working. Remember, kindness changes everything. The mugs are $35 and it includes shipping. And I was saying earlier, shipping is up to like, you know, some places $16 to ship the mug. We're still trying to fire to joy. Don't worry, this crap is going to end. And I'm just eating the shipping because it's PR for me, because the mugs have Psychic News Network on them. Okay. On the bottom of the cup, we have, this is interesting. This looks like, two angels talking. It's almost like the divine is conspiring to help us, right? Two angels talking about a plan. And then we have Saturn. There are angels all over the cup. Do you see Saturn? There's an angel there too. And then we have that looks like that looks a bit like a swan, which means there's some beauty. There's a gentle beauty. Don't think that gentleness isn't strength, because it is. There's a gentle beauty happening. So there's a swan, and I see there are angels all over the bottom of this cup. There's a bird. Okay, so what the tea leaves are telling us tonight is to transcend. And how we transcend is, a lot of these look like figures helping one another. See all the angels? There's angels all over. Looks like two kneeling soldiers to you. Yeah, it's whatever you think. It also looks like a boot. I'm really feeling like as long as we stay on it, we have a lot of divine help. As long as we stay on it, because there's a lot of good negotiations going on. There's a lot of twos here. There's a lot of like two similar figures. So it's kind of like the Two of Cups in the cup. It's about joining forces. I think that we're going to see some amazing resistance movements. I truly do. I truly do. What's going on, you guys? Yes, resist the orange Satan. Resist corporate gouging. Why are you a history nerd? I think it's great to be a history nerd. People are finding their voices. Yes, let's focus on that. Last dad joke. My kid asked my wife why I always make noises when standing up. She told him that's because I'm a grown man. Okay, so before we go, I'm going to pull three cards for the community. And I'm going to tell you that this Saturday is the members only live stream. It's Imbolc, it's Candlemas, it's St. Bridget's Feast, it's Groundhog Day time. It's the beginning stirrings of spring, and usually it's frigid cold and, but it's for the very beginning. If you're a member, thank you for being a member. You can join us for that on Saturday. That's going to be on February 1st. Church of Spirituality, I promise you, will lift you up. There's some great chants that you can chant through the week to get you through. There's a great meditation prayer. There's a prayer for healing in the United States. And there's an awesome sermon every single week. Sundays at 1, we live stream. To order a mug, psychicandetdion.com, and to get an amazing psychic reading, please book a reading at the same website. Is what on YouTube? I think you're asking somebody else something. 3 community cards to guide us through. Yes, I love you too. Hang in there. Hang in there. We'll be meeting again on Friday, the last day of the month. We're meeting tomorrow for our Grassroots of Democracy half-an-hour meeting where we do a guided meditation for a healed America. The second half, so that's at 7 Eastern time every single Thursday. So that's tomorrow night. We chat for 15 minutes and then we do a guided meditation for 15 minutes. Please do those meditations. They make a difference. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's end with a few cards for the community. The people are rising up. This is the Knight of Wands. It's the regular people that are rising up. The Nine of Coins. We're going to get somewhere with our resistance. Do not think we won't. The Psychic Party is on YouTube. Yes, it's a live stream that's set on members only. So you'll be able to get in. If you're a paying member, I can see you have those little symbols. So you just go to YouTube on Saturday night, and the live stream is set for members only. And Temperance. Okay, hang in there and be calm. If you get frustrated and you have to vent, just get frustrated and vent. I do it all the time. It makes me feel better. What is April 1st? I don't know. I was saying February 1st. I think I said February 1st. That's what I meant. Yes, this is going to be a big push by the American people. We are not going to tolerate a fascist regime. They are committing crimes against humanity. It has gone too far. And we're done. We're done. We're done with this. All right? Thank you for being here. Please share. I know our videos are kind of a little all over the place, but we have fun. Thank you for sending love and light to my family. It's going a long way. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we're done, right? We're done with this crap. See you tomorrow night, 7, for our little mini Grassroots of Democracy little meeting and meditation. All right. Love you. See you soon. Be well. Book a reading. psychicandetdion.com. I can use the support, and so can you. All right. Bye. Thanks. See ya.